Alright, what's up guys? This is NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Play TCG match, and this one is just against a random I played online a while ago. Who knows when this is going to go up, so we'll just say a while ago. But I actually have a new deck to play for you guys, so surprise! It's not Darkrai and it's not Eels. This is a Kling deck. It's a deck I've played around with a bit. I haven't tested it a whole lot, but I really wanted to get a video with it because it's a really fun deck, and for the few of you who maybe haven't heard or seen how the deck works, I definitely wanted to be able to put up a video with it, so here we go. So anyhow, my opponent is playing Sableye Hammer, which is in fact the worst possible matchup for this deck. It's basically an auto loss. So as soon as he flipped his cards over, it's just like, oh man, come on. The one time I pull Kling out to get a video with it, I get my worst matchup. So at least I get to go first. That's nice, I guess. But I know that I need to be the Crushing Hammers and Lost Removers or Enhanced Hammers are coming. And that's bad because this deck doesn't have any energy acceleration. And apart from that, it doesn't have a whole lot of energy, period. I think I have 12, maybe only 11 energy in the whole deck because it's very energy conservative. You don't need a whole lot of energy to get it running, but obviously if you never get 3 onto your attackers, they're not going to be able to do anything. So I know that I'm in a really bad situation right off the bat here, and at least my setup is okay. I get a decent first turn. I get to play an energy down, which is really important, and get 2 Klinks onto my bench, which is really good because it means if one gets catchered, hopefully the other one will survive to become a Kling because Kling is really the heart of the deck. But unfortunately for me, he has a hammer first turn, and that's bad. Anytime you lead Sableye and get a hammer in your opening hand, you're off to a pretty good start with this deck. So he flips a heads and is able to knock it off. Luckily for me, he doesn't have an energy, so he's not able to junk hunt and get it back. That would have pretty much ended the game for me right there. So I go for the Oak. I show him my hand real quick just to show him that it was all supporters, which seemed to be the card du jour for Play TCG this particular night. Seems like it kind of runs in clumps, and it looks like it's supporters tonight, so that'll be fun. But go for the Oak, don't hit an energy, which isn't a big deal. I think I just attached that Prism, so it doesn't matter. I don't need an energy this time, but I do get a dual ball, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my Smeargle here, and then bench Darkrai, and because the Prism energy counts as all energy types on Groudon, it actually means that he will have free retreat because I can count that Prism as a dark energy. So I'm going to be able to get Groudon out of there, get Smeargle up, and go for a Portrait, hopefully hit another supporter, and maybe even get into a Kling here. So the only thing he has is a Juniper. Not a huge deal. I lose a Junk Arm and an N, but that's not too bad. I realize, you always have to realize that there's a possibility of hitting a Juniper, so you have to be prepared for that when you go for the Portrait. And I get a Kling, but I don't get a rare candy, so I'm not going to be able to get one up this turn. However, if I can survive, if my Klang can survive this turn, I will be able to get Kling going next turn, and that'll be good. That'll mean the deck, apart from the energy, will be fully set up. Because I'll have both Kling and Darkrai down to manipulate my energy and work out things so I can retreat and all that good stuff. So he Junk Arms here. Or no, I guess he Ultra Balls for Smeargle. I didn't quite see what he did there. And then plays a catcher, drags Klang up, and Junipers. So he's going to get a fresh hand, probably going to get an energy here. He did miss on his first turn, which was helpful, but I can't rely on him whiffing on energy twice in a row. So I'm assuming we're going to get a junk hunt, and we do. So he attaches to the Sableye. Now he's going to junk arm away an N and a dark energy for Crushing Hammer, I would guess, which isn't a bad play. I don't know if it was absolutely necessary, but it's certainly going to hurt if he flips a heads. I think it was maybe a little bit over aggressive. It does let him put that dark energy into the discard though, so I'm assuming that's why he did it. And here he didn't play it yet. Now he's going to dark patch. Yeah, so must have been why I went for the junk arm, and that's alright. I can understand why he would want to get that energy in play. So now comes the Crushing Hammer. Luckily he flips a 1, so I get to hang on to my energy for this turn, and that means that maybe I'll be able to get an attack off. I'm still going to need a switch to get Clang out of the active spot, but if I can manage that, I will be able to attack. So he just goes for the junk hunt, grabs a catcher and a Crushing Hammer again, which is very annoying, obviously, and not passes, that was his attack. So here I do get my Clang, but I don't have any energy that's going to let me get out of the active spot, so rather than attach the steel, I'm going to have to go for the oak, and what I need to do here is hit a rainbow energy. I don't actually have any switch in this deck, which I really think I need, but the list is just so packed already. I don't know what to cut to put it in there, so I'm just going to have to make do without it. But luckily I do hit my rainbow energy here, so I'm able to go ahead and attach that to Clang. That's going to act as, again, a dark energy, so it'll give Clang free retreat. And now I'm going to use it as a steel energy so that I can shift gear, move that energy up to Groudon, and actually get an attack off. So Tromp is going to be the way to go here. I'm going to catcher something up so that I can hit it for 20 damage. I guess I decide to go for Sableye. Darkrai might have been a better choice there because I could have done 40, but I suppose Sableye is an okay choice. I obviously didn't want to drag Smeargle up because that would probably just be doing him a favor, so I opt to go for the Sableye because my thought was I need to kill these things. Yeah, if they junk hunt, they're gonna destroy me. Crushing Hammer is just gonna make me lose the game. That's all there is to it, so I need to try and prevent that from happening. And here again you see more hammers coming down. There's an enhanced hammer. Crushing Hammer luckily flips tails, so I do get to keep the single energy I had, but he makes the right play and gets rid of the rainbow energy rather than the prism. That's going to mean that when he catchers Clang out, moving the prism energy to it is not going to enable it to retreat because Prism only counts as a multi-energy on basics, so he's essentially trying to trap Clang up there again, which is definitely not a bad play at all. And here he gets a switch into his ready Sableye, and having that Eviolite on it is actually really annoying because I can't damage it with Tromp, and he's just taking my energy off every turn, so he doesn't really have to worry about Giant Claw until he wants to, because I'm never gonna get to use it really. So he does Junk Hunt here, and I'm going to play the N because I know that he put those 2 cards back into his hand, so if I can get him to shuffle them into his deck, maybe he won't draw into them. That would be nice. It would maybe give me some time to get something going, get a real attack off, and actually hit another rainbow energy here, so I luck out again. and I'm going to be able to get Kling Klang out of the active for the second time, and then bring Groudon back up. I don't have a catcher here because I don't actually play that many. Again, this list is really full. There's not a whole lot of room for them. So I'm just going to be forced to go for Tromp and hit the bench for 10, which is pretty sad damage output. It does put 20 damage on all of his things, though, outside of Sableye, so that means if I ever get a Giant Claw going, I'm going to be able to KO that Darkrai no matter what. Even if he gets in a Violet at this point, it won't matter because Giant Claw is going to do 120 times 2, so it's just going to obliterate that thing. But that's a big if. Because I need 3 energy. So here he Junipers again, so he's going to get another 7 cards, and I'm just assuming he's going to get Hammers here. Something. It doesn't matter because this deck plays so much special energy. Enhanced Hammer is really his preferred choice here. But Crushing Hammer would still do the job. So he Junk Arms here, gets rid of a Terrakion. So it looks like his build is Sableye Hammer with Terrakion, at least Tech. Hard to say how many he plays. I think it was only the one, but I'm not positive. But I assume he's going to get a catcher? Nope. I guess he had a hammer in there. Maybe he had 2. I should have checked his discard pile to make sure he had one, because I know I made him shuffle the other one in, but okay. Or maybe he just went for Crushing Hammer, because I saw him roll that dice. I'm not entirely positive, but in any case, he managed to get that energy in the discard pile, which is bad. And then he goes for Confuse Ray, which I don't understand at all. That's what the flip was for confusion. So I guess he Junk Armed for Enhanced Hammer. I guess he did have 2 of them in there. But why he didn't go for the Junk Hunt again is beyond me. Or even go for an attack with Darkrai. Yeah, I probably would have gone for the Hammers again. I don't understand going for Confuse Ray. Maybe he forgot that I had free retreat, but that was basically a wasted turn on his part, and a really, really crucial one. So here he is going to Juniper again. That's his 3rd Juniper. Keep that in mind. It's going to be important later. And he gets another new hand of 7. So here comes the Enhanced Hammer again. And I was just like, oh, come on. Oh, why? Why this deck of all decks? But yeah, there goes my Prism Energy again, which means the best I'm going to be able to do is Tromp, which is not good. And now he decides to start attacking, which makes sense. There's no threat of a Giant Claw next turn, and he's going to be able to 2-hit KO my Groudon with Night Sphere. So he decides now is the time to go on to the offensive. I think that's a fine decision. He can always, go back into Sableye later if he needs to get more energy removers. But with only 1 energy on my side of the field, this is a pretty good time for him to start attacking. So he's going to Night Sphere me, and he decides to put 30 damage onto my Darkrai, which is a good play. We saw that he played Terrakion, so now Retaliate will definitely be enough to take out Darkrai. And yeah, I can only Tromp again. That's the best I'm going to be able to do. So I did get that catcher, and I decide, all right, I'm going to take a prize because I can. So I catcher up the what's it called? The Smeargle, I believe, because I'll be able to hit it for 40. Then I play down the Oak. I get one of my own Eviolites, which is nice. I also get a Max Potion, which is really great. Here's the other key component of the deck is Max Potion. because shift gear allows you to move the energy off, you can actually just shift the energy down to your bench, max potion all the damage off of your active, and then move the energy right back up. So you're able to heal these huge EX cards of all their damage without losing any energy, and that's kind of the idea behind the deck, and just why it works the way it does, why it's good at all. So that's what I do, and then I tromp to take the first prize of the game. So, I mean, we're like 20 minutes into the game, I think, already. This is at 1.5 speed, so more than 20 minutes into the game, and the first prize has just been taken. And that's something that I feel like happens a lot in this format, with all the healing cards and the format really shifting away from OKOs towards 2-hit KOs. It slowed things down a lot despite having so many EXs. Games can take a while to get going. So that's the case here. He goes for the N. Let's see, what do I get? I get an energy. That's really the only important thing here. If at any time I don't hit an energy drop, I will probably lose the game right away. Because he's just going to be able to remove it if he wants to. So he's going to think about what he wants to do here. And I think he has to end up going for a junk hunt. I'm not sure. Yep, he's just going to junk hunt, get his hammers back, or one of his hammers back. So I know that's coming next turn. But again, I continue to just draw amazingly, and I finally get 3 energy on the board. And here I'm going to make a massive misplay. I had an opportunity right here to shuffle those cards into his deck and take out both of his Sable Eyes in one shot. I could have retreated, sent Darkrai up, and then Night Spear. That would have been enough to KO the active and kill the one on the bench since it has 50 damage. But I didn't see it, and instead I'm just going to end up Giant Clawing for 60 and being 10 shy of a KO. So that was a huge mistake on my part. This is my chance to get back into the game, and I completely blew it. Just watching it right now is painful. So dumb. So yeah, that was terrible. And now I get Enhanced Hammered, and then he Junk Arms. He's gonna get it back and hit me with it again. Oh, Junk Arm, an Oak, and I guess he's deciding a Dark Patch, which is fine. He's got the energy he really needs. He's got 2 Darkrai's fully charged, so he gets rid of 2 of my energies in one turn, and I'm right back to square one. So had I taken that opportunity, I still would have gotten hammered with the energy here, just because he had that stuff in his hand, but it would have been gone for good. And more than that, I should have done it because it was the right play, regardless of what he had in his hand. There was no way to know that. So luckily he whiffs on the Crushing Hammer here, because if he had taken 3 energy in one turn, that just would have been devastating. And it's going to leave me with 1, which means I can Tromp for a whopping 10 damage on this Sableye and a little bit on the active Darkrai, but obviously Tromp is not going to cut it. So I've really just resigned myself to the fact that I've probably lost. I'm just playing the game out to see what I can do, see if there's any way I can manage to come back from this, but it doesn't look like there's going to be. So here I attach a Steel Energy, and again I draw the exact card I need to stay alive. I get a Max Potion, so I'm able to shift down to the benched Groudon, and then Max Potion, move those energies back up, and again I'm at full health. So even though I'm doing nothing to him, he's doing less to me. He just can't take a prize because I heal the damage every time he attacks me. So I play the N because at this point he told me he was close to decking, so I thought, alright, well, if he's close to decking, I'm going to play the N, make him draw some more cards, and that's going to put him even closer, because that's going to be my only out here. There's no way I'm going to be able to win conventionally, obviously, since I'm doing 20 damage a turn, but, you know, this deck still has a chance to win, and it's actually because of the strategy it uses, you know, the tanking strategy of not giving up prizes. Even though I wasn't able to take prizes here, I was able to prevent him from taking them, which is what this deck is designed to do. And in the end, he just ran himself out of resources. So there you can see that was his last card. He has no way to take 6 prizes this turn. And so that is actually going to be the game to me. Really weird match, and definitely a game I had absolutely no business winning, but I was able to squeak by just because Max Potion is such a strong card, and this deck, as strange as it is, really combos well together once it gets set up, and just is basically unkillable. So that's going to be the match. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching this rather odd deck. Please leave me a comment about the deck if you'd like to. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will have another one coming your way shortly. Thanks, guys.